Good day, everyone. This time we shall be exploring product and service design. As businesses continue to reduce costs to achieve competitive advantage, design issues are becoming increasingly important aspects of business strategy. Because product and service design touch every part of a business organization, design decisions have far reaching implications for the organization and its success in the marketplace. Product and service innovation is becoming a key avenue in pursuing a competitive edge. Some companies have adopted design thinking to integrate design strategy throughout the company. The idea is to predicate design on insights into user wants and needs. There are several key questions in design thinking. First, is there demand for it? Second, can we do it? Third, what level of quality is appropriate? And lastly, does it make sense from an economic standpoint? The first question addresses the potential size of the market and the expected demand profile. The second question will determine the necessary knowledge, skills, equipment, capacity, and supply chain capability of the business organization. The third question will also answer the customer's expectation and the level of quality that competitors will provide for similar items. And finally, the last question will deal on issues regarding costs and profits and the determination of whether or not the costs are within the approved budget. Why then do business organizations engage in product and service design? Business organizations engage in product and service design to take advantage of market opportunities and respond to market threats. Market opportunities and market threats are products of several factors, including human factors, political, legal, and ethical factors, environmental factors, globalization and technological factors, and other factors. Let us first discuss human factors. Human factor issues often arise in the design of consumer products. Safety and liability are two critical issues in many instances which must be carefully considered. For example, the crashworthiness of vehicles is of much interest to consumers, insurance companies, automobile producers, and the government. Increasing customer awareness of product safety can adversely affect product image and subsequent demand for a product. Thus, it is extremely important to design products that are reasonably free of hazards. When hazards do exist, it is necessary to install safety guards or other devices for reducing accident potential and, and to provide adequate warning notices of risks. For example, airbags are put in place in cars as protection for any untoward accident, such as car crash. Additional tail lights and front lights are also attached to cargo trucks to help drivers maneuver their way in the dark nights of their travel. Product designers in companies that operate globally also must take into account any cultural differences of different countries or regions related to the product. This can result in different designs for different countries or regions. For example, Jollibee in the Philippines have rice in their menu, while in the US they have no rice. McDonald's in South Korea have bulgogi burger, while in Egypt they have mac falafel. The next factors would be political, legal, and ethical. Product liability and the implied warranties appended by the Commercial Code of the Philippines to the buyers are potential sources for design improvement. In fact, many business firms have faced lawsuits for product liability and violations of the implied warranties of seller. The manufacturer is responsible for any injuries or damages caused by a faulty product because of poor workmanship or design. Additionally, the seller is responsible for violating his warranties. The seller, by offering his products to the public, warrants that he has the right to do so, that the buyer will not be evicted in whole or in part from the product, that the product, if immovable, is not encumbered with non apparent burden or servitude, and that the product is free from hidden defects. Consequently, any violation of these implied warranties will bring rise to lawsuits related to the product. Ethical issues also arise in the design of products and services. It is therefore important to be aware of these issues and the design to be consistent with the ethical standards. For example, designers are often under pressure to speed up the design process and to cut costs. These pressures often require them to make trade off decisions, many of which involve ethical considerations. One example of what can happen is when a software company does not issue a release of software as scheduled, as it struggles with production problems or bugs in the software. The company faces the dilemma of releasing the software right away or waiting until most of the bugs have been removed, knowing that the longer it waits, the more time will be needed before it receives revenues and the greater risk of damage to its reputation. Next factors are globalization and technological factors. Traditionally, product design has been conducted by members of the design team who are located in one facility or a few nearby facilities. However, organizations have broadened their scope of market and entered the international arena. The firms operating globally are discovering advantages in global product design, which uses the combined efforts of a team of designers who work in different countries and even on different continents. Advances in information technology have made this possible by enabling team members from different places to maintain continual contact with each other and to instantaneously share designs and progress and to transmit engineering changes and other necessary information via the internet.